You know how many times I wanted to make this video? From the last video I made of this. And it just shows that no matter what you want, you kind of have to do it. I've been putting this off for so long. Not just because I'm afraid, I just didn't know how to start, when to start, what to say, how to say it. Because this is something I've never done, something I don't do, which I'm learning. I'm learning to do this, to be more myself and vulnerable. I never like to be vulnerable, and it's something I'm working on, and that's okay. I'm okay with that, knowing that I'm starting to be myself, to feel like myself, to grow. I never thought I would be here at this point, at this stage, at this level of enjoyment. It's a feeling of that new start of like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? What's next? Because I can't even tell you what's next. It's not about what's next, it's about what I can do. And to know from a year from now, I did a lot. I've done a lot. I've said a lot. I felt a lot of things. A lot of things I should have never felt. But, you know, I can't control that. So I shouldn't let it control me and consume me. And I shouldn't let it spread. And I did. I let it consume me. I let it control me. The way I felt, the way I acted, how I would wake up in the mornings. It was deep inside of me. I didn't even know what it was or how to even describe it. It's this dark feeling in you. It's not even a feeling, it's like that aura, that it's like think of like slime of just, it's just, you can't get rid of it. You try to get rid of it, but you just can't get it out. And I tried so hard. I tried, but I just couldn't figure it out how to do it. But it was more of me learning what it was before I got rid of it, because it was very painful. It was those feelings, those thoughts, those memories of that dark side you don't let go of, which you should, which I didn't. I didn't let go of a lot of things, because it's just something in me that, because I care. I care too much. So I let it consume me. I like held on to it thinking it's gonna get better. Things are gonna change. It don't. So why should I hold on to it? Hold on to this gunk, this unwanted space in me to consume what else could have fit. And I lost myself. I just felt like I was going crazy. I was like, damn, like, what is next? What is going to happen? Because it just felt like a cycle. It was just this non-stop cycle of bullshit. It was bullshit. But imagine you are in this cycle every single day. Nothing is good enough. Everything you do, no one cares. The ones that are in your face, they don't care. The ones that are in your way, they don't care. They don't help. They're just obstacles. And you didn't know because you just are trying your best to grab onto anything. You're trying your best to find something that sticks. You're just trying to find that thing that just holds you, and you just couldn't find it. You try so hard, but you didn't have to. You didn't have to try so hard. You just had to wait. Even though you wanted to rush because you know you deserve it. You deserve the opposite of what you were feeling, and you just couldn't take it anymore. You couldn't bear another day of it. Another day of feeling like you're not using your full potential. Another day of just feeling shitty. Feeling unwanted. But it wasn't you. It was just the environment. You were in, the headspace, the people. And I'm very grateful I didn't lose myself. I'm grateful that I didn't switch up or change that side of me that I loved, that little old you that you had, that you cherish, that you nourish every day. Because that's who you look up to, is to know that you're wanting more and to do better for your young self that you've never had. You are trying to unlock that side of you that you never felt before. You're trying to do things that you've never done before, that you missed out on, and you're trying to catch up. You're trying to find that peace. But it's hard to find that peace when everything around you isn't doing the same thing that you want to do. Wanting to just catch a break. Wanting to breathe. But I learned that there is times to breathe. But what I wanted in my head wasn't what I thought I wanted. And to think that I'm where I wanted to be at years ago And it just hurts because I didn't know what those feelings were or how to feel because it's new for me. Wanting to enjoy this while I can because thinking in my head, I wanted to rush. I wanted to just go ahead and breathe. But it wasn't that. It was just finding that thing I was missing, which was myself. I was trying to find a new me, which it wasn't new. It was just my old self trying to break free of that mold. That mold I covered. My old self, I abandoned. The old self I hid. This is exactly why I wanted to do this. Because we don't talk about this. No one talks about this. No one really shares or help others like this, because I don't know. I want to, but I was scared of myself to do it. I just wasn't ready to stay and listen to myself. I wasn't ready to hear my own self, to see what was going on, because I was afraid to know what the truth was, to know what that pain was. I wasn't ready. So I consumed myself in other ways to hide it. You bury it with things that make you happy in the moment, but it doesn't mean it's going to help you in the long run. And it catches up to you. It follows you. You can't run from it. You try. It works until it doesn't. And it just hits you out of nowhere. It's those trigger sounds, actions, feelings, those triggers that make you think, wow, it's still there. Because it's always been there. And to think those dark feelings, I've always wanted to not think of those thoughts, that dark side that you never knew you had. It comes out. It comes out. And I was just afraid of knowing that it was there. And I felt it. And I just would never want that for anybody. Or for me to feel that way ever again. Because it was not a good feeling. It was not something I wanted, but it was there. I was hiding it. And I was feeding it. I didn't realize that I was feeding it until I realized I needed to change. I knew I wanted to do more, to see more, to feel more, and I couldn't because I was stuck. I just couldn't find myself to do it. And to have that in you and to have those thoughts as your world around you wasn't agreeing with you, as those jobs harass you, your bosses, your friends wanting to treat you differently, nothing is going your way, nothing is adding up, and everything feels like it's crumbling, and you just sit and can't even sit still, knowing your day is not completed, knowing that you are thinking you could have done more, you should have done more. You feel exhausted, knowing that you didn't feel like you did enough, but really you did. Knowing that you are enough, but you didn't feel like it. And I'm glad that I didn't give up. Not just for me, but for others. This is why I'm doing this. It's not for me to be better. It's for me to help myself, to help the next person. And that's why I wake up every day, to know that I could have done something, that I'm doing something, that I'm helping someone, because we're not alone. People need people. And I learned that no matter what, I belong here. No matter what happens, no matter who tells me, says, does, acts towards me, that I know why I'm here. And it's not meant to go backwards. It's not meant to stop. Even though some days you don't want to wake up. Not in that way, but to not wake up because you didn't want to feel those feelings again. To do it all over again. Because you know it's still there. You know it's going to happen. And I learned that I'm in control. I make the choices. And no matter what, as long as I'm happy, I realize no matter what I'm doing, how I do it, how I get there, I just want to be happy. Everything I do is for that reason. To know that I'm meant to be here. And some days I didn't feel like that. I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful with the people that stuck with me, because I always felt like the strong friend, having to be there for others. But I wasn't the strong friend at the time. That I didn't feel strong enough for myself. And to know that it's okay to not always be strong. It sucks. Just, it sucks to have those feelings that you need others because you're not used to it. You're used to staying strong. You're used to keep moving, but you can't keep doing that. You can't keep moving with that hurt, with that pain. And ever since me allowing myself to open up and to be vulnerable for others is where it started to heal. It was scary. Of course it was. To trust someone when you couldn't trust anyone around you. But there are people, and they show their true colors, especially when you are at your lowest. Your lowest of everything, of emotions, feelings, financially, or even just, you're just tired. But finding that person just wakes you up. It opens your eyes and it makes you realize, like, that's how I felt. That's who I was to someone else. And they're doing the same thing for me. To feel that feeling of love felt different. It felt raw. It felt like something you've never felt from someone who didn't know you at one point. Because family comes in different ways. Of those families of friendships that fuel your soul. And to know that they never switched up. Even though you couldn't give them barely 5%, but yet they still had 95% for you. And that's why I couldn't give up. Because of what they were doing is what I wanted to do. But I couldn't be at that stage of level because I'm trying to grow too. And I didn't realize why things were happening, why it wasn't easy for so long. Because I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to change. And it didn't feel good because I was trying to push it out. But really, it was trying to push all the things I didn't need. Trying to push out the things that shouldn't belong in my life. And to think that it was a lesson. It was a rough lesson, but it's a growing pain. It was not a couple days, it was not a couple weeks, it was months. But to know that now, the things that I stuck to for me to still be myself, and to know that no matter what had happened, I still am doing something for myself. And I still learned a lot from this pain, to know that it's okay. That I can be okay now. That I can sleep good at night. That I can enjoy my day and know that I'm good. That I don't have to feel like that I wasn't enough. And it's growth for me doing this. To know that one day at a time, that I'm trying to do something. That one day, that I would make my young self happy. To know that I made it. To know that, looking back, that it was worth it. Because I know it was. To know that I would have never done this before. To know I would have never said these things. That I would have never progressed. I would have never tried. And that's what I was trying to do, is try. Because I'm not used to this. I'm not used to things going my way. And now it is. For things to go my way, for me to enjoy my life. To not having to be trying so hard. For me not to put a mask on. It is hard, of course. There's days that I do feel insecure. There are days that I don't feel confident, but it's those feelings that grew with me. It's those memories, those words, those thoughts you had when it happened, and it's those little scars that hurt that you stuck with, and you just can't get rid of it because you had it in you for so long. And it does suck. There is things that hurt me that it could have been a blessing. That I could be blocking some things due to my insecurities. Things that I've blocked. Things that I could have done or had or felt because I wasn't confident. I wasn't. It's still there. I'm not gonna lie. It does suck having those body dysmorphia or those videos of you like, wow, that's me. That's how I sound. That's how I look. That's how I talk. That's how I act. Because we critiqued ourselves so hard. Because I was too busy trying so hard that I wanted to be perfect. To cover those insecurities. To cover and hide. And I couldn't. Because I was trying so hard to be that vision, that person I had in my head. But to know that doesn't matter, because the way that I am now, that the way that I've been wasn't in my head. It was just me. And to have that image of you trapped inside your head, it's that constant battle. That it's just a constant losing battle. And I'm okay knowing that I don't need to be that image in my head. I don't need to be that person that I'm trying to hide. That person I'm trying to force because it's in my head. Because all along I just been myself, running away from that image in my head. And that's okay. I had to learn. I learned too late, but it's never too late. Because I know there's more. I know I'm not done. But I know this is a start. I would have started a long time ago, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to do this. But now I am. To know that nothing will get in my way. No one. No one has. Because look where I'm at now. The only thing in my way is my own self. My own thoughts. And I know that it's going to be worth it. Because I know one day I will get there. I will get there. And it's not just for me. It's for us. Because I know I didn't do this alone. Because we're never alone. We think we are. But there's always someone there. And I lost that little voice of myself cheering me on. I had lost that feeling that it doesn't matter. You're your own person. You are rooting for yourself. And I lost it. And I couldn't pick myself back up for so long. And you're trying to find it, but really it wasn't that little voice. It was just time. It was time to let go. To know that you don't need that little thing to hide behind. You don't need that blanket of comfort